Well, when I say this morning started off with quite a bang in downtown Cleveland, you can see why. An explosion and electrical fire outside the Justice Center. It caused power outages and it led to some evacuations, in fact.
Annabelle Childers is live now. And Annabelle, I know you've been talking to officials. What do they believe caused this?
Well, officials believe this started with a water main break that really triggered this dramatic domino effect event. Now, according to Cuyahoga County Executive Chris Ronayne, that water main break caused damage to a transformer underground, which then sparked a small fire. You can see in this video all the heavy smoke as a result of that. Electrical crews came in to turn the power off here. And according to Cleveland Fire Lieutenant Mike Norman, firefighters arrived to direct traffic and keep people away from the area. But they had to just let this fire take its course and burn out on its own. Ronayne says the city clerk's office and employees of the old courthouse were forced to evacuate, but people in the nearby buildings were safe.
Came over to see to make sure that our Justice Center complex is in good order and it is remaining open again. This is where our county jail is, so we wanted to make sure that we had, one, everybody's safe, and two, backup power provisions if needed, and we do.
The county confirmed the fire was contained by 12:15 today and no injuries were reported. But they did say that more intermittent power outages could happen in the area of East 21st to West 9th between Lakeside and Huron throughout today. The Cuyahoga County Court did close at noon, and in a statement from presiding judge, Brendan Sheehan, he wrote that the decision was not made lightly. We did learn just a few minutes ago that the courthouse does plan to reopen at 5 o'clock. And at 5, we're going to share more. This is not something you see every day in Cleveland.
It kind of looks like Gotham City right now. Like, it's smoke everywhere. You see the fire trucks, you see the police cars.
It was very scary because I wasn't too sure what was going on.
We caught up with Kyle and Amber waiting for a ride outside the Justice Building. They say they were on the 6th floor when they were ordered to evacuate.
There's a lot of kids in front of me as well with their parents. For the safety and the kids' safety to get out of the building as soon as possible.
And what a sight they saw when they did leave. Smoke rising up from the ground. Cuyahoga County Executive Chris Ronayne explains what was happening.
We had a domino effect here on Lakeside Avenue. There's a water main break which took out a transformer on Lakeside, which caused a small fire.
Ronayne says electrical crews rushed in to turn the power off, and Cleveland Fire worked to shut down the area. According to Fire Lieutenant Mike Norman, firefighters had to let the fire burn out on its own because it was underground.
Came over to see to make sure that our Justice Center complex is in good order and it is remaining open again. This is where our county jail is, so we wanted to make sure that we had, one, everybody's safe, and two, backup power provisions if needed, and we do.
Ronayne says the city clerk's office and employees of the old courthouse were forced to evacuate. At this time, there are no reported injuries. The county says the fire was contained by 12:15, but they did say that throughout the day, more power outages could happen in the area of East 21st to West 9th between Lakeside and Huron.
It's been taken over by our energy companies because fires have been put out, and this is now an electrical matter.
Now, we can still smell smoke here, but no crews are left. Lakeside Avenue is open. The Cuyahoga County Courthouse did temporarily.
So it's got a few of the plasma fire elements. Underground fire, which is something I've gone over many times. Sometimes they call them subterranean fires. Sometimes they say it's burning deep into the peat and we have to dig them up to extinguish them. And there's plenty of these underground electrical vaults that catch fire that I've documented on videos here. And they acknowledge it had something to do with electricity. Another element of plasma fire, underground, electricity, but they claim it had something to do with a water main break. Also, something you'll hear them say with these wildfires is that it's burning underground through the root system, and then it can pop up somewhere else days later after smoldering underground in the root system of the trees. Underground fire is a element of plasma fire. Plasma fire. Let's see what happened in Cleveland. Just over 2 years ago, I made this video.
What the hell is going on? That's a good question, brother. Look at this. What's going on? All the fucking bolts what's going on? That's okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie,
So, anyways, the flats are on fire. So that's cool. It's just a bunch of mulch, fire trucks here. But, yeah, so pretty eventful day. All right, it's cool. We got the, they just lit the traffic sign on fire. Dude, this is kind of insane. Bro, I really understand how wildfires spread now, because this is literally lighting like pretty much everything on fire, dog. This is actually kind of insane, bro. Yeah, I'm absolutely not driving into that, so oh, the boys are on it though. The boys are on it though. We're chilling. All right. Oh, what?
Dom, get out of there! Dude, get out of there! I've never seen anything. No, I've never seen anything like this either. What is going on? What?
So they called this a mulch fire, and as you could clearly see earlier, these ones are a little harder to see, but right at the base of these trees where there's mulch around the base of the trees is where it's on fire. And they called it a mulch fire. It's ground current electricity causing this fire. We'll come back to it.
Why are the Chinese see that things seem to be responding? Or is it just completely part of the script with the music building to some sort of crescendo? Why are the Chinese seemingly intent on placing blue roofs everywhere? Do they know something that we don't know? Why is it? Is it part of a new building code? Hey, by the way, you know, when you change your roof, it has to be blue.
Oh, imagine that. Where'd this come from? Crazy.
Yeah, blue roofs all over the place in China. Somebody's got a clue.
Apparently this is in some sort of newspaper called Ne Sedoma. No clue, never heard of it. Why are the Chinese massively covering their roofs with blue tarpaulins or painting them blue? More and more often, information is leaking online that there are a lot of houses with blue roofs in China. And if you search for cities on Google Maps, you will see that even there you can see blue roofs on houses. And what's funny, the number of such houses is only growing every day. Is this a tribute to fashion, a common design solution, or something more? Now I would say the wording there is a little wiggly. They say you can look on Google Maps and you can find cities where there are blue roofs. But that doesn't mean this isn't an AI image. I would say this is more of the same propaganda.
Because people are really upset and everywhere is kind of different. Oh, that's a burned up.
If you're asked to evacuate.
Hey, yeah, notice what color the lid is from that can that seems to have melted there? Blue. But don't let the facts get in the way of your pet theory. Keep pushing that blue things don't burn bullshit. Let's take another look at that. Damn it! I can see a lot of people, like flat earthers, getting proven wrong. There's people that latched onto this blue things don't burn so much that they're going to have a memorial dedicated to the death of their beloved theory about the blue things not burning. I figured it out though. Black things don't burn. Look, there's the evidence right there. The black can's right beside it. That's proof. Black things don't burn because they got the lasers tuned to a certain frequency. You guys paint your houses black, buy all the black tarps you can get, black underwear, black sweaters, black everything. Paint it black, just like the song says. It's a truth drop. Yes, paint it black. Now it does beg the question, why did this can burn right next to two that didn't? Where's the fuel of what started it? There's a lot of questions here, but the fact that it's blue is going to pop a lot of bubbles. And I think Operation Blue Brondo, Blue Things Didn't Burn, is a lot like the idea of Project Blue Beam or Operation Blue Beam. It's propaganda that was inserted into the conversation of the truthers. We didn't discover anything. It was inserted through an ad campaign. What you just saw, where Chinese have got all these roofs that are all blue, that's like a billboard for an ad campaign, and you got sold on an idea. They showed you, look, there's some blue t-shirts over here that didn't get burned in the Maui fire, and look, those umbrellas above the table are blue, and there's a blue car over there, and that's all it took. That, along with, look at this video where they shine a laser on 4 different colors of material and the blue doesn't burn, and we assume that's the same material as the other 3 pieces. That's all it took. They injected that into the mind of the truthers, and suddenly they're all looking for blue things that didn't burn. Based on the same level of evidence, I could show you that green things don't burn. Look, there's some green cloth over there that didn't burn. Look, there's a green car that didn't burn. Look, there's a house with a green roof that didn't burn. And make a similar video showing you all 4 pieces of cloth burning except for the green one. And the whole idea blue things didn't burn is based on no more evidence than that. And it was injected into the minds of the truthers through an advertising campaign. Likewise with Project Blue Beam. It is a psychological operation, all right, and you've heard that it's a project where they plan to fake an alien invasion and or the return of Christ. They're not sure which one yet, maybe a little of both. They're still working out the kinks and the details, but some truther somewhere sniffed it out with their impressive skills of observation and deductive reasoning, and they uncovered Project Blue Beam. No, that was an idea that was inserted into the conversation of the truther community, and the psychological operation of Project Blue Beam is already well underway. Every time someone parrots that and goes, Project Blue Beam, fake alien invasion, that is the psychological operation. So when you see aliens and or Christ, oh, don't believe it, that's a hologram. We know, we uncovered Project Blue Beam. We're so fucking smart, we know what they're going to do before they do it. No, you didn't discover shit. They injected that into your mind. Just like they injected the idea that blue things don't burn. And they didn't do it for no reason. Blue things didn't burn is irrelevant details in order to keep you chasing your tail and not figuring out that it's electricity and grasping at threads that are meaningless that average people are not going to grasp onto. And they injected Project Blue Beam into our minds, not for something that's not going to happen, but for something that is going to happen. And when it does, there'll be a lot of people out there going, it's holograms, don't believe it. These same people that said forever, the government's keeping the truth. They say there's no aliens, but I know they're hiding the bodies at Area 51. A few years later, government says, okay, there is aliens. I still don't believe it. That's Project Blue Beam. You guys are faking it. They have truther syndrome. Both Project Blue Beam and Operation Blue Brondo, where Blue Brondo doesn't burn, it's just as idiotic as the idea of Brondo in Idiocracy, where blue things don't have what the plasma fire craves, and that's why the plasma fire it's electricity. It don't give a fuck what color it is. And if it was true that nothing blue burned, you would see hundreds of thousands of blue things scattered everywhere. You have to ignore all the blue things that did burn and ignore all the things of every other color that didn't burn in order to latch onto that idea. It's absolute bullshit. Keep that in mind when you hear truthers starting to dutifully recite Operation Blue Beam, Blue Beam, Blue Beam. They didn't discover Operation Blue Beam. That was injected. So they won't believe their lying eyes when it happens, and it will sow seeds of doubt and confusion, and the powers that be will be able to maintain control just a little bit longer. So I'm going to let this play through. It's a video I made a couple years ago titled Left Behind, Seraphim, aka the Burning Ones, cleaning house in Cleveland. And the video resolution isn't as clear this go around as when I showed it to you 15 minutes ago and we started this video, because I used the screen recorder device, and in this original video I'm filming from one screen to another. The reason I'm letting this roll is so you can hear the fiery sermon that came along with it when I originally recorded this.
Notice the embers, the little tiny embers.
What the hell is going on? It's a good question, brother. Look at this. What's going on? What? All this fucking bullshit. What's going on? That's okay. Yeah. Fucking line started this. What the hell is going on? It's a good question, brother. Look at this. What's going on? What? All this fucking bullshit. What's going on? That's okay. Yeah. Fucking line started this. What the hell is going on? It's a good question. Look at this. What's going on? What? All this fucking bullshit. What's going on? That's okay. Fucking line started this. It's a good question. Look at this. What's going on? What? All this fucking bullshit. What's going on? That's okay. Fucking line started this.
So you can see that in this area, it's primarily only burning what's around the trees, and they're talking about the mulch burning. But I've also shown how it's the tree roots that go down into the ground that work like antenna. Just like lightning strikes the tallest and most conductive thing when it comes from the sky, when it comes from the ground up, it strikes the things that are deepest in the ground. But that's not necessarily true in this case because there's a lot of underground infrastructure, metal pipes and stuff. Anyway, I'm just pointing out how it focuses on the trees and the mulch around the trees. And these gusts of sparks could be nanoparticles. Very good chance that that's what that is.
And you see them shooting out from the base of the tree like a sparkler, the same way that we see on the palm trees in the recent fires in Maui. Right where the palm fronds meet the trunk, there's sparks coming out, shooting out like a fountain, like a sparkler fountain on the 4th of July. Same thing's happening at the base of the tree here in this fire, which is the same thing that you might have seen if I would have caught it live in the video that I've titled Fiery Sermon from the Valley of the Shadow, where at the base of these trees there's giant holes blown in the ground. Some of them so deep I stick my leg down in there and show you that it's up to my knee, where there's 500 to 1,000 pounds of dirt missing around the base of these trees, like it exploded, the dirt. Just notice the sprinklers, the fountains, where it's like pressurized sparks coming out from the base around those trees. I don't think we're going to show it again. You can rewind to notice that.
On this one, you can see it's got a pretty perfectly round red glowing circle around the tree, right where the bark or the mulch is. And yeah, you can see it burning around all the trees simultaneously, so let's not even argue about whether or not that's even a plausible or believable story. Let's be grateful that they put out a cover story. They had to tell the people something.
And now people are starting to ask, what's going on? I'm grateful they censored my channel for the past 4 years because that gave us a 4-year reprieve and extended the calm before the storm. My hat goes off to them. They know what they're doing. Because left to my own devices, I would have cost us 4 years of livable, pretty good quality life.
Yeah, so anyways, the flats are on fire. So that's cool. It's just a bunch of mulch, fire trucks here. But yeah, so pretty eventful day. All right, it's cool. We got the this lit the traffic sign on fire. Dude, this is kind of insane. Bro, I really understand how wildfires spread now, because this is literally lighting like pretty much everything on fire, dog. This is actually kind of insane, bro. Yeah, I'm absolutely not driving into that, so oh, the boys are on it though. The boys are on it though. We're chilling. All right. Oh. What?
Dom, get out of there! Dude, get out of there! I've never seen anything.
No, I never seen anything like this either. What is going on? What? Yeah, so anyways, the flats are on fire. So that's
All right, thank you. New this morning, check out this video of a mulch fire in the flats from overnight. Although the footage looks dramatic, but according to Cleveland Fire, there were no injuries or damage. They said it was likely caused by careless smoking mixing with the strong winds and fresh mulch. We'll have an interview with the fire chief coming up in our later shows.
So I'm going to delete the video that I made this morning at like 5:30 a.m. using TC 802's coverage of this, because it had already been filmed screen to screen like 2 or 3 or 4 times, so the resolution was lost. And I found the original of that video, but it's a good thing that I produced that at 5:30 this morning, because after asking the viewers to send me any links, Trish sent me this link and was able to post it in my comment section, which is something new. Also, when I went to search, this doesn't come up in my search. Maybe I could search Frank C. Cleveland June 8 and all this whole title and I could find it on YouTube. But when I just search Cleveland Flats mulch fire, it does not give me this link as an option. I don't know how she found it. And these algorithms may be tailored to each viewer. But one thing I found, and it worked twice today, is she was able to post a link in my comments, and I was able to post links in someone else's comment section whose house burned down on Father's Day. And they received those links. Up until today, I had pretty much given up on posting links in other people's comment section, because 90% of the time, it would not post. It would appear from my device that it had posted, but when I looked at their video from a different device...
Okay, I just skipped over most of the stuff about personally tailored algorithms and whether or not you can post links in other people's comments section, and skip to the part that matters.
That may have changed now, and that's a game changer. But do not, please do not, if we can, post links in other people's comment section now. Don't litter other people's comment section with links to my videos. This is not for everyone. This is for almost no one, and time is very short. So take advantage of the lead time that we have, knowing that this obviously isn't from cigarette butts. And be grateful that they're putting out a cover story and that they've kept this under wraps for as long as they have, Because as soon as this guy who's like, there's the boys. Oh, we're just chilling. As soon as those dumbasses figure out what's going on, we're fucked. So don't litter other people's comment section with links to my videos. Don't grow my...
Not to mention the people that were lighting the sign on fire. Another example of idiocracy, which is why we should be grateful that they have kept this under wraps.
My channel. Understand the magnitude of what we're... So don't litter other people's comment section with links to my videos. Don't grow my channel. Understand the magnitude of what we're dealing with here and that it's a reality. I know it seems surreal, like a dream, like it's a cartoon, like it's all on a two-dimensional flat screen, until it comes to your neighborhood. This is actually happening. We actually got a lead time over everyone else. And the algorithm is very sophisticated in knowing who is capable of receiving this and processing it appropriately. In a movie called Code 46, where everyone had to live indoors and they went outside and did their business at night because the sun had gotten so hot, no one could stand it. They have a phrase, the Sphinx knows best. The Sphinx, referring to the AI algorithm that determines who gets papels or pass or in order to be able to travel. And the people that lived afuera, because it's a post-apocalyptic world where they speak a combination of English, Spanish, and Mandarin, the people that lived afuera are fucked. And we're quickly approaching that world. If you say to your boss, I don't work in the sun anymore, the sun's too hot, they'll look at you like, what, you can't stand a little sun? Just a little sun? What are you, a pussy? They don't get it. They don't know. They'll have to suffer the consequences. They will perish for their lack of knowledge. But at this point, we are too late in the game to go, wake everybody up, like I've been trying to for the last 4 years. At this point, keep those bastards asleep as long as you can.
Look at this. What's going on? Look, all this fucking bullshit. What's going on?
These are the idiots. What's going on? You want those guys knowing what's going on? Fuck no, I don't. Keep this to yourself and your primary friends and family, and ask them to keep it to themselves if you share it with them. You've been given a gift, and to just go try and run around and give it to anyone and everyone and random strangers like I have been the last 4 years is squandering that gift and not recognizing what it was you were given and why. Trying to override the Sphinx's algorithm, which is there is an algorithm in the three-dimensional world we live in, and you're taking God's gift and just passing it around like any old douchebag deserves it. They don't. No amount of censorship can account for the fact that all these people are still blind. Thank God for the veil that's been placed over their eyes, but when it gets lifted, all hell on earth will break loose. Please recognize what time it is. We are in the final hours. They've had just as many opportunities as you and I to come to terms with this, to observe it, to see it, but they focus their priorities on other things that didn't matter as much. Really grasp what I'm saying here. Time is short. Take advantage of the lead time that you have while you still have a little bit of time left before everyone figures out what's going on. And figure out what you're going to do when they do figure out what's going on. Because when they do, it's over. So try to keep this under wraps just a little bit longer. This is just between us. Yeah, I'm putting it on the internet, but I know that circulation and access to this information is very, very specifically distributed through a very highly sophisticated filtration process that knows more about you than you know about yourself.
That's a good question, brother. Look at this. What's going on? All this fucking mulch what's going on? That's okay. Yeah. Fucking last, Governor.
Seriously, that needs to be a priority. What is your plan for when all of these people figure out what's going on? What are you going to do when they all wake up? It's not going to be pretty. Especially when they find out they didn't get a ticket to ride and some people did. The CEO exodus happened for a reason.
For those who don't know, the CEO exodus was record amounts of CEOs that disappeared from their job position and didn't reappear somewhere else at some other large corporation. We're talking young guys in their late 20s and early 30s who are the CEOs of multi-billion-dollar organizations that just disappeared. Kind of goes along with Mark Zuckerberg building his bunker. The CEO exodus, you can Google it, started in around 2019. And when they first noticed this number of CEOs, like 2,000 CEOs of these huge corporations have just disappeared and not popped up on the radar somewhere else holding a position in a similar way in another large corporation, they just disappeared off the radar. When people first noticed this and coined the term CEO exodus, it was at like 2,000. Now it's like triple, quadruple that number. Google CEO exodus if you don't know what I'm talking about. It happened for this reason, not just for a reason, for this reason.
Listen to the mentality of this person. When these people figure out what's going on, you better be ready. And at this point, you don't want them knowing what's going on. Listen to these people. They're gone.
Yeah, so anyways, the flats are on fire. So that's cool. It's just a bunch of mulch, fire trucks here. But yeah, so pretty eventful day. Alright, it's cool. We got the this lit the traffic sign on fire. Dude, this is kind of insane. Bro, I really understand how wildfires spread now, because this is literally lighting like pretty much everything on fire, dog. This is actually kind of insane, bro. Yeah, I'm absolutely not driving into that, so oh, the boys are on it though. We're chilling. All right. Oh. What?
Dom, get out of there! Dude, get out of there! I've never seen anything like
I've never seen anything like this either. What is going on? What?
And I think Operation Blue Things was to give the people a pacifier. The people that do start to figure out what's going on, give them this pacifier. It will make them feel like they have an antidote and the solution and a way to protect themselves, and that they have some sort of inside information that serves as a means of navigating this environment. It is a psychological pacifier that has been given to people. The electricity does not differentiate between colors. Of that, I assure you. And if and when I ever see any evidence that indicates this whole blue thing is valid, I'll be quick to make a mea culpa video and say, you guys, I was wrong. I do now see some evidence that supports that, not just confirmation bias based on a flimsy notion that's actually no more evidence than I could produce for green things or red things or purple things. If ever I see that evidence, I will be quick to make that video. Until then, I stand by my assertion. Blue things don't burn is a pacifier, probably devised by high-level psychological operations divisions and injected for the purpose of giving those who do start to figure out what's going on a pacifier.